Hello everyone, how's it going? Yeah, I'm back. I know I haven't uploaded in a month because I've been really busy and sick. But anyways, I'm back, and because these videos take a very long time to make, like for instance these 3 alone took me a good chunk of my summer, I wanted to just upload a quick filler video on reacting to each of these because I am a huge fan of constructive criticism, and I don't really like these videos anymore because I know a lot of the flaws that they have, and I wanted to go over some of them and also the good things about them. You know, Nazca made his like Minecraft thing, and then I made this, and a couple of the problems that he had I fixed, and I just want to go over some of that stuff. So let's get into it. I'm going to skip over this first part because, oh my gosh. Straight off the bat, hang on, let me pull up Nazcub's Minecraft. Nazcub's Minecraft. Okay, cool, that works. So, right away the video starts out with just the cube entering, and however in mine, you have that transition. And also, in Scoopin' Circles, and I think VSC, I don't think I have it in Holy Views, but my track of the gameplay wasn't perfect, so that's my fault. I didn't know how to do it as perfectly as I know how to do it now, so it's a little bit off, and I'll point off some of the places where you can see that. I'm gonna turn this down because I don't know how loud that is, and so I actually like this beginning part a lot, and I don't really like the rest of the level. So this ball corridor, I'm gonna be completely honest, I had no idea how I was gonna do this. I just kind of put bricks and pillars. One small thing that I would like to point out, it's very subtle, but I like it a lot because I feel like it grounds it more. These little like stone things actually cover up the icon. You know, there's like depth to it, and the thing that makes like a video like this stand out from something like Geometry Dash is you have that like perspective, and it's called parallax. Parallax is where you have objects that are closer to you move faster than objects that are farther away when you're moving. So this wall in the front moves a lot faster than the rocks in the back, and that's what parallax is, and that's how things look 3D. And what parallax does with this is that you don't, not only do you have like the wall and the rocks, but also like the front of this like wheel, I don't know what it is, the front of this and the back of this. You know, you can see that tiny little bit of parallax, and that's what makes things look 3-dimensional. So if you want to make something like this in Geometry Dash, of course people have done it before. I know that like Sputniks did something where he did it like that, but he did it with I don't know what to call it. I don't know, like framing or something, where it's just each frame is a different image. However, the one with the like dragon or whatever, which I'll just put on the screen now so you can see how it is, it uses those layers, and the front layers move a lot faster than the back layers, and that makes it look 3-dimensional. This text is, I don't know, it's so out of place. This is not tracked at all. I'm sorry. This text is not tracked at all to the gameplay or any of this stuff, but it's not attached to anything, so you don't even really notice it. Also, I don't want to say a bunch of people, but I'm sure that everybody could notice the tiling lava texture. Give me a break. This looks kind of weird, I'll admit. This is like, this part right here is like the biggest, like, no, not like that. You can tell that the gameplay isn't tracked. This axe is what it is, which is supposed to be at the same distance from the camera as the gameplay, and you can see the portal like moves along it. Alright, that's all for the beginning. Let's get to the wave, which is awful, and is arguably the worst part. Yeah, this looks horrible. Oh my gosh. I always forget how bad this looks. It is all one color. I could have... Here's the thing, though. When I got to this part, how do you decorate a Geometry Dash wave with objects that... with anything except for like Geometry Dash slopes? And what I mean by that is, and this is kind of funny, Geometry Dash and this like CGI video series, Geometry Dash as the game is more CGI than these levels, which is kind of funny to me, because in Geometry Dash all the textures are completely made by like an artist. Like, I don't know if RobTop did it. I guess he did. And that's CGI, which is computer generated imagery. I forgot to say that. And these levels use like actual objects. Now, of course, they're in the computer and I place them around in software, but they're like actual scans of things. So like, this is an actual sword that got scanned in, and for like the rocks in the backgrounds, people do what are called mega scans, where you just scan stuff in, and there's like apps out there that use them. I don't scan my own stuff in because it's best if you have an Apple like iPhone. I don't have one of those, so I don't use my own scans. And yeah, so more of the story is these are less CGI than Geometry Dash itself. I should have caught this series I remade blah 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 in 3D or something like that, but then people might get that confused with 3-dash. Even though this came before 3-dash, I don't know. I just wasn't thinking or something. Alright, let's get to the wave. This part is very empty. That is very jittery. However, my computer is not good at recording Geometry Dash for some reason. I don't know why. So, I mean, you're gonna get that jitteriness. One thing, now this is, I haven't seen anybody notice this before, and it's so subtle because of how I try to make it as not subtle as possible, but some of these rocks, I don't know, like, what's a good place? Okay, I guess I can just use this. So, look at the top of, oh my gosh, please, go to the wave. Look at the top of the wave. So, this, like, rock here that's sticking out from this wall, and the rock in the back, it's all one object. And I put, when I was rendering out, so I could composite it all, this had to be on the foreground, which was over the character, which lets the character go behind these like rocks and stuff. So the wave, like, you can tell that I didn't track this perfectly. So here's the problem. When this is in the foreground and covering up the wave, then this back here is also covering up the wave. So how do you fix that? Where do you use masks? The way the mask works is, I don't know, I don't remember exactly how I did it. I think that I just put it up like this, and it will hide the foreground and then show the background. So that way you see the background, which obviously this isn't a background, so it'll be behind the player. And then stuff in the foreground, which is the screen where this is covering up the player, will be hidden. So then you see the background. I hope that makes sense. I tried to explain that well. I'm sorry if I didn't. Yeah, this part, I mean, it's just all empty. One of the hardest parts of the gameplay was adding these in for the ship slopes. I don't know why. I just could not match them up and get the rotation correct. It was so annoying. One thing with making these is that it's actually really hard to make stuff look difficult, because, like with this, for instance, I didn't have a perfect track, so I need to make the gaps wider because the wave like goes into like a tight section, but then the trail of the wave like goes over the objects and it looks like you would have died there. But really, in reality, that's just because the player is moving like slightly faster or something. I mean, I tried my best to match it up. I fixed it with Holy Views, I know that. I don't know if I did it with VSC. I know that I definitely did. If I didn't fix it in VSC, I definitely made it a lot less noticeable. Actually, right after, I want to show this when I'm like editing this video, but that's the last straight fly. I did like a weird like lightning effect, and it looked awful, which sucks because I spent like a good hour and a half on just that lightning effect, but I didn't think it fit very well. And another thing with mine that NASCAR doesn't have is I have the end screen, you know, like with the ship flying into the end. Oh no, so you can see my cursor on the screen a little bit. Where is it? Yeah, right there. And it just is cut off by, I'm guessing, a mask or something. And also, this text, I also didn't see anybody like point out this. This text is actually not in the game. This had the like level verified text. Obviously, that doesn't fit because when I go into the level, I go in through like the actual like rated level, so it wouldn't say level verified, obviously. So when I was editing the final video, I literally went frame by frame and matched up the text, and then I mean it looks fine. Also with this, so I have a extreme demon completed crowd control. So I just masked out the bottom and I put a screenshot of that completion on the bottom. Unfortunately, I had to take that video down, but if you want to see it, I'm gonna put it in my Discord server, I think. I'm not gonna get into why I had to take it down, but yeah, I'll put it in my Discord server. One thing that I knew about this when I was editing this, but the star, I think, or the number, you're supposed to be like golden or something when you complete the level. No one noticed that actually, which I was kind of surprised because that's usually pretty noticeable. This was also frame by frame, just matching up the text. I think it looks fine. There's one, oh yeah, right here. I again had to put in the check mark there. It's so subtle, but it grounds it so much more. And then of course I forgot to make the number golden. Did I? Oh yeah, I had to do like thanks for watching thing. Yeah, that's it for Sakuma Circles. Hopefully I got most of the stuff done. Let's move on to Holy Views. So a little thing with Holy Views, I have like a bunch of text at the beginning. Basically I did this as more of like a speed run because I wanted to make something fast. So it was like Sakuma Circles was like, you know, dipping my toes in the water. Holy Views was trying to do as fast as possible, and VSC was trying to make a really hard level and make it like look difficult. Holy Views was like the speedrunning one, and of course it got the most views, and it's the worst one, unfortunately. So I don't know, unlucky. I actually quite like this one now thinking about it. I used I think like roof things for this. I just realized I forgot to put a chain on some of these rocks. I was supposed to put chains on all the rocks. Oh, real quick, the reason why I made this into this is because I wanted Woolsey to make a video on it, because he said that he might make a video reacting to them. So I posted it on Twitter, and yeah, he still hasn't made a video on it, so unlucky. I should have done Kratos or whatever it's called, because I tried to made like 3 videos just on reacting to those. Unlucky, but I mean that's just how it goes sometimes. This one was the one with the perfect track, and of course there's like frame drops and stuff like that, but I mean I can't do anything about that. Oh, this is the first one where I actually put in a pillar for the end screen. This one I made while I was making VSC. I worked on VSC maybe for like an hour a day, and then I see the Woolsey like deleting video, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do this now, in case he makes a video on it. So I could definitely talk more about this level, but I kind of just want to move on to VSC. A lot of the same stuff with Sakuma Circles. I could have added a lot more detail, but I was just trying to get this as fast as possible. Okay, VSC. This is probably my favorite out of the bunch. This, I don't know if this took longer than Sakuma Circles, actually. Oh, dude, it looks okay. The only thing, well actually, there's a million things that I don't like about this, but the main thing that I don't like about this is these like black bars that cover up the screen that's in like the actual level VSC. I should have used like actual objects to cover it up and then like blurred them or something. However, for this, I just when I was compositing the final video, I just put like black like strips on the screen, put a blur on them, and then just move them across, and it looks so bad. I think I also should have darkened the top and the bottom. It's like really bright. The vignette doesn't do enough for this level though. I mean, I think it's fine. This was also the only one that used movement, which I knew how to do movement from the start. This was the only one that actually used it though with the GG, and then it kind of like awkwardly goes behind the like whatever the level complete screen. I think this level looks fine though. It's this part right here where you can see all the stuff in the background. You can see all that stuff. I love that so much. I can't tell if I did like the perfect track thing with this. I might have. I can't remember. By the way, I'm working on another one of these right now. It just takes so long to make these. I'm sorry. That's kind of it, honestly. I feel like I could have done a bit more with this, but I forgot everything I was gonna say anyways. But yeah, there you go. That is kind of like a analysis. I mean, I don't really do the first Sukuban Circles, but that's like Sukuban Circles is kind of like the main one that started it. So I'm gonna make more of these in the future. If you're wondering when I'll make a tutorial, because I know that a ton of people want that. I want to like get good at this first. I'm still very beginner with making these. I want to be like pro expert level 9,000 with making these, which I think I'm doing a lot better with. It's just taking way too long to make these because all the things that are happening in my life, like school. But yeah, I'll end it off there. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.